A Zimbabwean multi-millionaire, Ginimbi, dies in a car crash. A shocking death that has shocked many on social media. Hi everyone, good morning. This is Lela Matams, also known as Global Z. This morning I've just woken up to some very sad news of Ginimbi, a star in his own right on social media, and I've gotten to know him through the way he flaunts his vehicles on social media, particularly on Instagram and Twitter. Now, for me, what has really shocked me is that I don't understand up to now why any young man that makes so much money, that flaunts their wealth, suddenly die in a car crash. Why is it a car crash? Why is it a car accident? Why wouldn't they die of malaria? Why wouldn't they die of, some form of illness? It's always a car crash. And I remember in Nigeria, we had one guy called Da Green. He was a musician that also died in a similar circumstance. He was a rising star and he died in a car crash. In Zambia, we have celebrities that all die in a car crash. And it's getting me worried. Why should young people be losing their souls? Okay, this is where the light is better. Why should young people be losing their lives to car crashes? Why can't they, die normal? And particularly with Ginimbi, those of you who are from Zimbabwe, maybe you can comment and say, oh, he got his wealth this way and that way. But for me, I'm just wondering why somebody would be so rich at a young age and then you die in a car crash. I mean, why should there be bloodshed when somebody dies? And when I go to his Instagram, I look at his images, I look at how, wealthy and successful he was. As you can see the images here, all I just see is somebody who was portraying his success on social media. He was successful, he was living well, but at the end of the day, the success is short-lived. I would rather somebody is young, rich, successful, and then they live up to 100 years or 90 years. I'm beginning to question, is their source of wealth questionable? I think we need to question that, because there is no way, it's become a common trend. Any young person that is suddenly successful, driving Bentleys, driving Rolls Royce, when they die, they die in a car crash, they lose their lives through bloodshed, and also for a fact that their source of wealth, only they know how they manage. I know that Ginimbi was in real estate, and it's to you, the young one, that has been admiring people who are successful, that flaunt on social media. You don't know their source of wealth. You don't know where it comes from. And I'll continue preaching this message because I see a lot of young people admiring the boss, the this, and then they don't last. In Uganda, there was another successful person as well. He lived in South Africa as well. And he was, is it Semwang or something like that? He was living luxuriously on social media. He too didn't last. He died at a young age. They flaunt all the Gucci houses, Gucci doors, Gucci paintings, Gucci what. What's the point of you making so much money and dying at 34, at 32, at 33? What's the point? When we talk about success, we talk about success where you even see your children's children. For me, what the Bible has said is very clear. The Bible has told us that, the wealth of the wicked obviously are ours. But We should not be lovers of this world. We should not conform to the patterns of this world. We should not live in a certain manner because we also want to live successful like other people. I shared a video of the Jezebel oil. I talked about, I've said how people are going to apply all this so-called Jezebel oil and they use it to attract wealth. Now, the question again here is, why would young men be dying in car crashes after flaunting their wealth for so many months? Is that why they flaunt their wealth on social media? Do they know that their time is unpredictable? I would rather be successful, moderate, and live a long life. It's sad what has happened to Ginimbi, but I'm just, there was a time when I had, try to reach out. You know how it is when you're trying to do different projects for the youth, and you can sense that not everybody can help you, can support you. And I said, oh, it's okay, it's cool, if people don't want to support you in whatever you are doing. And then I just lived a life of content, where I started being content with what I have. I said, Lord, I don't want to follow anyone on Instagram because they have so much money. I don't want to follow anyone on Twitter and admire their wealth because I don't know their source of wealth. I don't know where it comes from. Because if their source of wealth is from you, Father, there would be that kind of light in them. Ginimbi lived his life. He was successful. He flaunted his wealth on social media. But towards his end of this life, especially during this lockdown, there's something he started doing that it put me off. And I just told myself, in as much as you are successful, I talked about it even on my YouTube channel. There's another group from Zambia that was doing what you call Matako Mansion, meaning dancing naked and what. So there were some girls who would dance for him and he would pay them money on social media. And for me, it just comes to tell me that he was looking for happiness. Even though he had money, he didn't have that kind of happiness. He was not fulfilled. He didn't have, it just tells you that money is not everything. I'm not saying that, Ginimbi has done this and that, but what I'm just saying is, I'm just not happy to always hear young men successful for just a few years and then they die. I'd rather young men are successful, they reach 50. Look at Dangote. Dangote is a mature man and he's still enjoying his money. He has his children who are mature as well. They are, I think some of them are even my age. I'm 36. That's what we call success. Why are our young men and women dying so early? Is it because they live a careless life? They go drink driving, or have they signed up to some deities that give them a short life? In Zambia there was this common thing where they say people they sell their years, and then at the end of the day they just enjoy their wealth for a bit, and then they die. We need to be content, and if you are successful, I know some successful people give out to charity, but it just shows you that your wealth cannot guarantee you your tomorrow. It just shows you that no matter how rich you are, your tomorrow is not for sure. And in this case, my condolences to the family. And one of my life lessons from this is that no matter how successful you are, I think humility is very important. Humility is very important. And also try by all means to tone down on lifestyles. To tone down on lifestyles. Because for me, I don't see the need of somebody living just a few years, show us your success on this social media, and then you die. Yes, you are an inspiration for a few years, and then what? You need to see your children's children. And if your source of wealth is questionable, then you need to repent, seek Christ, and see how by all means you can live a better life. Yes, people are into business, but in those businesses as well, who do they consult? Do they consult God? Do they seek God's face? Is God the author of their businesses? Or do they go and touch somewhere unknowingly and sell their souls? I know when I talked about the Jezebel oil as well, I did say that one thing that you need to realize is that many of you are being desperate because you see people on social media flaunting. There's one guy from Nigeria, we saw him flaunting a lot, and he's in the prisons now, hush puppy. And with Ginimbi, he's been flaunting his, success, his Lamborghinis, his cars, and everything on social media. For how many years? For how long? A few years and you are gone? Why should people be dying at a young age? There's so many millionaires out there that flaunt their wealth, but they are still alive. But why should our African young men be dying in car crashes? Is there something that they find themselves, do they find themselves in a trap whereby they touched something and that trapped them to a short life? We've had rumors of different people saying, no, in order for people to be successful, they are touching this, they're touching that. And because of that, they find themselves on the other side. May the soul of Ginimbi rest in peace. And for those of you who've never come across him, you can simply check him out on Instagram and Twitter. The guy is very, very, very successful. And it's sad that, he's died so young. I don't know if he has children. For those of you who know if he has children, do let me know. But my lesson from this is you admire people who are successful on social media, and yet their lifespan is short. What's more important? Is it for you to be rich and flaunt your wealth on social media, or for you to be comfortable and live a long life? I choose long life. I choose long life because I know long life is more important. You see your children's children, you see your children graduate, you see your children having a wedding. But what's the point in you dying at 30-something years old? It's devastating. So I thought, let me share my thoughts on this. And to you that admires people on social media, are you still going to admire what has happened right now? No, you won't. So be content with what you have, because God has our destinies. God has plans for us, and he also has a way for you to succeed. Don't go for any shortcut. Just because you've seen somebody flaunting Lamborghinis on social media, you also want to flaunt Lamborghinis on social media. Could it be a trap on his side? Did somebody tamper with his car? We don't know what has gone on, and we don't know. But only God has a final say, and he knows when people will go. Like the Bible says, there's a time for everything. A time to celebrate, a time to live long, a time to enjoy your birthdays, a time to enjoy your life. Ginimbi had shared these images about his lifestyle just yesterday, and 7 hours later, he is no more. 7 hours later, because the post on his Instagram was 7 hours ago. He posted that thinking tomorrow is for him, but tomorrow is not guaranteed. We wish all the fans as well to also reflect on this death. And the reflection would be, what is your legacy on this earth? And for me, I would say, every death should teach us a lesson. And the lesson is, where will you go when you die? Are you going to heaven? Are you going to hell? What is your final destiny? Have you looked up to the things that you've done on earth? What is your investment on this earth? Have you invested in people? Have you looked after the needy? Have you been selfish? Have you helped others? So that's what I just wanted to share with you guys.
Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Show me there's nothing fake to me now. I wanna wake up
So that's what I just wanted to share with you guys. It's just a quick video I just wanted to share outside. I'm here in Kitwe. I came for my 100,000 subscribers celebration. And one thing that I've learned is through my journey of being even a successful YouTuber is that it has taken me quite some time for people to even recognize that I even exist. Humility pays, and when your time comes, it surely comes. Don't do shortcuts. Because you've seen somebody driving an expensive car, you also want to drive an expensive car. You see people doing what they do, and at the end of the day, they don't last long. I don't understand why everybody has to die in a car crash. That's, you know, successful young men, why are they dying in car crashes? Why can they be sick? You know, that's the question I'm having here. Why should they be bloodshed? You know, be careful what you admire. And obviously, may the soul of Ginimbi rest in peace. And to those of you that are fans, pure fans, my condolences to you and obviously to the family. But for me, I just wanted to use this as an opportunity to spread a message of, you know, don't just admire people. You admire people and they don't even have a long life. You know, you admire people and you don't know their source of wealth. You admire people and you don't know their tomorrow. Tomorrow is for God. No matter how much you boast on social media, no matter how much you flaunt your wealth on social media, tomorrow is for God. Only God has a final say. And if you've never given your life to Jesus Christ, are you guaranteed heaven tomorrow? That's the thing. You can go in a second. That's why you need to fully commit your life to Christ, because your tomorrow is not guaranteed. Take care, guys. Thanks for watching my YouTube channel. It's a girl, Lela Matams, also known as Gelo Wapaze. See you on my next video. I love you guys.
Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Show me there's nothing fake to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Show me there's nothing fake to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. We can do nothing, So what, if you're stupid then you know it's nothing wrong. You and me got a whole other meaning, I don't know how. You and me just know how it feels when we're falling in love. Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Show me there's nothing fake to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Show me there's nothing fake to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Say what you wanna say to